Alright folks, we've got some new stuff. So yes, I am in the living room. And I'm sitting in the spot where Gary normally would sit. This is normally where I would sit. There'd be 2 chairs here. There are not. So I've had to do some rearranging now that Gary doesn't live here, but he now lives with Cobalt and a few other fellows. So Cobalt has a buddy. You might have seen him if you're observant enough. Back in year 4, which was 3 years ago, Cobalt had a buddy named Dawson. So he made like faint appearances a couple times, and so Cobalt is living with him. And so I wondered, since Gary's moving in with them, what Dawson's interaction is going to be with Gary. So this is the initial stuff. Cobalt moved out in August, but it formed in, you're seeing this, you saw it in September, and so we need the initial reactions to getting some new roommates, because that's kind of a concept that we've dealt with several times, not just on Acidic Roots, but Frenchy Talent also. So with Cobalt having a new roommate and Dawson and the rest of his friends, I mean, Cobalt has a pretty decent sized house that he's moving to. He doesn't live in an apartment, he lives in a house. He doesn't live in the same town that I live in now, so he's out of town. He's in a different town. Gary went with him, so he's not going to be here as much. It's kind of the situation. Gary could drive, but he doesn't, and he's mostly a bus individual, but I don't know if the bus is going to be able to find a way back to this town, because he lives in a different town, so that's kind of the situation. So unless Cobalt doesn't have to work, and Gary doesn't have to work, because Gary's probably going to get the same job as Cobalt, so they're both going to have to not work and have access to the vehicle in order for Gary to come by here. Cobalt's probably not going to come by, but he has his new situations with his buddies, and if he gets romantic interest in that sort of stuff, so he'll have that partial stuff. He's 20, he wants to branch and do that sort of stuff. But yeah, so I felt like let's narrow in and see what Gary's relationship is with basically Cobalt's real good friend Dawson. Let's see how they're about to interlace, and we'll see what's up with that. So yeah, so that's it. Gary has a new roommate. Gary has other roommates than Dawson, but we won't mention them, because they're more a part of Cobalt's life than my life. So it's just kind of, at least Dawson kind of occasionally makes, decent appearances, but it also it kind of allows you to see what's up with Gary. Gary's going to check in with us. He's got some new buddies. So he's pals with Cobalt and Dawson now. So it's kind of the situation. So you'll get to see what's up with all those guys. None of those 3 are going to be in my life. So I have to completely, pilot this stuff by myself. I'm completely by myself right now. Minus like the occasional Frenchie and Jackal Goldkick appearances. But, that's how it goes. We look at it and I'm kind of... Yeah, I would have to say, so Dawson is Gary's new associate, and we'll see how their continued roommate-isms take place. It's going to be kind of interesting. I wonder. Dawson and Cobalt are not old enough to drink, but Gary, I don't know if he's going to have alcohol around or if he's going to really be able to, and just, he'll probably have Mountain Dew, and as you saw, Dawson likes Red Bull, so they'll have some good times, and we'll just see what kind of happens with it, So, new boundaries here, new situations.